Thanks for joining us on this episode of Community Positive. Today we're coming to you from the Wallingford Estate, where we're going to be talking to a world championship heavyweight boxer. We're going to be talking to some other great local leaders in our community, and
welcome to the future home of the Liberty Boys Academy.
well, Luke, thanks for having us today.
Thanks for coming.
This place is amazing. Tell me about it.
Well, I'm not from around here. I came up here from Utah a couple years ago and live in Liberty Lake, and always had a dream to start a school, particularly for boys' education. And had this place come up for sale. The estate was selling it. It's the Wallingford Estate, as you said, and ended up fitting perfect, not only for the building, but there's 58 acres of property that we're going to build into a state-of-the-art, innovative boys' academy for this community.
Wow. So where did the vision of a boys' school come from?
Well, for a long time, I'm an entrepreneur, and I sold my company that I started 15 years ago a couple years back, and moved up to this community, and really wanted to. I have 3 boys of myself, and I found when I went through my own education, it could be much better, and wanted to fix something else that was broken after I sold my company. And philanthropically, it was kind of just a passion of mine to fix something that is in desperate need of help and would benefit my boys particularly, and then a whole bunch of other boys in any community that we put our school in.
So why a boys' school?
Well, the boys' school is important as you focus in on the different types of education and how girls and boys learn differently. Every time I talk to any boy that's been through the public education system, it's really easy to talk about how they do their best in what they're kind of the constraints that they have, but they had to learn a certain way. And if you got good grades in elementary school and junior high and high school in the public education system, you just you figured out how to get through the system the way that they had it. But boys and girls definitely learn differently, and anyone that has a boy and has a girl, you find that in the way they do at home, and you find that in the way that they handle their schoolwork, and that's really what we're trying to do here, is laser focus on particularly the way boys learn, because there's so much data out there that is kind of scary when it goes to show how boys are falling behind, and it's the first time in decades that we've had boys lagging as much as they have in school. And public education and teachers are doing their best with what they have, the limitations that they have given to them. But it really takes a really laser focus on particular ways that certain genders learn that we're going to attack here.
How's the process been of opening this new concept? Because Spokane's never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. The further you come west in the United States, the more boys' schools are troubled youth facilities rather than just schools focusing on education for a single gender. And back east in our country, and then in other countries in general, New Zealand, Australia, England, these type of academies are very common because they've figured out how amazingly beneficial it is to educate them separately. And they still get together and they still do things together with boys and girls, and we'll still involve ourselves in the communities with females. But it's been fabulous to see as we've gotten together. We've had some socials here where all you got to do is get a bunch of guys talking, or moms that have boys talking about all the things that are going kind of well, but all the things that are really, they wish it could be done better. Our kids are learning the ABCs, they're learning arithmetic, they're getting through the system, but my boys that are in 3rd and 3rd grade in kindergarten, they still love recess and lunch as their favorite. Mm-hmm. And why can't we drive to finding their passions earlier in life than there's so many guys our age that even get all the way through high school and then even college and still have no passion and haven't found their passion. And tons as well as I do. And some of them end up living in their parents' basements and they're 30 and 35 years old and total failure to launch. That's what we're trying to avoid by helping children to find their passion very early in life and find out what they love and drive to that end. And that's kind of how the curriculum will be based here.
So in all this, where schools have completely shut down for the rest of the year, there's a lot that can be learned from both public school and from your perspective. What are some of the lessons you've been able to pick up as you're building what you're going to do here?
Well, I think it opens people's minds to there's going to have to be innovation in education with the changing in the world that's happening now. But I've definitely seen that with my boys being at home, I can really provide a quality education by allowing them to do what they naturally love to do. And I've seen how they've blossomed, and all of a sudden what was kind of presented to them at their desk with a book, learning about science, I'm taking them outside and I'm having them have their hands in the dirt or doing something different, that they really absorb the information so much better.
That is an insane pool.
That is pretty wild, isn't it? Yeah, it's an indoor pool that was built with the estate, and I think I challenge you to take a dip, and it's 9.5 feet deep, so it's a nice diving board right off the top there.
Done.
Dare ya.
Done.
Dang,
Done. All right. So we're going down to the barn later with Chauncey. But down there, I mean, your plan here, there's going to be world-class rugby. There's going to be, tell me about the sports and that side of things. So
my ears are kind of look goofy because they're not a birth defect. I worked hard as a wrestler to get those things, and so it will be an unbelievable wrestling program. There's some great coaches around here, and we're going to be bringing in some other people from out of state. I have ownership in a professional rugby team in Utah, that this will be a growth academy that we build. We'll have an awesome rugby team that will have players coming from international to play for our team, and then eventually work up to be in a professional sport. This is Hoop Town, so we are wanting to build an incredible basketball program as well that would be a feeder for Gonzaga, and lacrosse and also soccer that will also be able to utilize the rugby fields. It's the same size pitch.
So how's the feedback been from the community?
It's been awesome, and we're in the early stages. There's some opportunities to have a kind of a initial launch of a few of the early grades. It's going to be 4th to 12th grade. We could have a potential early launch as early as next fall. In kind of in this building as we shared, but our long-term goal is to build out a brand new school that is purpose-built, that has a state-of-the-art facility down on the lower acreage of the property. And so, but the community, we've had people here, and again, all you got to do is have people starting to talk, and it's not to say what public education isn't. It's really how it can be improved. It's doing a good job, and we're getting our kids through the system, and they're. If parenting is going really strong, if you have a kid that's super driven, they're becoming contributors to society. But to the point of the reason why we've chosen to take it on at 4th grade to 12th is because right about 3rd grade, they know basic. I have a kid in 3rd grade, and he knows now how to read street signs. He can read a menu. He does long division better than I do now, and those things he knows. He's kind of can function in society at that point, and so he's kind of he's done the grind to get through all that. At that point, our focus should strictly driven to finding what they're passionate about. I've loved the community aspect of it, but you get everyone talking, and there's so many innovative people that think outside the box and want more for their kids, and just want better than what the public education can deliver. Yeah,
I'm really excited to watch this come to fruition and be built and be a staple in the community. So thank you very much, Luke. Next up, we have Nick Murdo.
Hey, whoa. Before you go, you got a challenge, an open challenge still to go. You got to take me up on that.
All right, I'll go jump in the pool. After this, we have Nick Murto. Check out Community Positive, a TV show dedicated to promoting positivity. Each week, we highlight business owners and community leaders doing incredible things in the Spokane community.
Saturday and Sunday at 6 on Fox 28.